Well, hello and welcome to On a Positive Note. My name is Jonas Kane, and I'm so excited to embark on this journey with all of you, sharing positive notes from my life, from your life, from our communities, and truly from around the world. The world is so full of negative narratives that the goal of this podcast is to make it a place where we can look to what's right with the world first, and then, empowered with that confidence, work on making what's wrong with the world better, or maybe even irrelevant. For example, there's a story from New Hampshire of a woman named Laura Landerman Garber who has collected over 160,000 handwritten holiday cards to send to deployed military troops who won't be with their family this year. Then there's a story from Round Lake, Illinois, where their police department is donating abandoned bicycles to those in need. There's the story from Galveston, Texas, where a Denny's waitress named Ariana Edward no longer has to walk 14 miles to and from work every day because a couple of her patrons pitched in to buy her a car. There's the story from North Fork, New York, where Mary Latham has turned her grief over losing her mother to cancer into a trip to 50 states across the U.S., visiting 154 homes over the course of 3 years and 43,000 miles to collect stories of kindness and goodness towards others. And lastly, there's a primary school in County Cork, Ireland, that's doing away with homework for the entire month of December and instead replacing it with acts of kindness. The world is filled with things that are wrong, but on a positive note, there are plenty of things that are right, and if we look to the success that others are having with kindness, goodness, generosity towards others, we'll be empowered with the confidence that we can make what's wrong with the world a little bit better and maybe even irrelevant. Moving forward, this podcast will continue to share positive news stories, as well as interview guests who are making a positive impact in our communities, and along the way, we'll encourage you and me and all of us to consider how we can apply these positive ideas to our own lives for the benefit of ourselves, for those we influence, and for our communities as a whole. This podcast has truly been a long time coming. I've been writing and speaking and teaching on this topic for quite some time, and I truly see this medium of a podcast as an effective and efficient way to communicate this message with a larger reach. So I truly hope that this episode and future episodes find you and inspire you to make a positive difference in your corner of the world. And for now, I'm going to leave you with the audio from an upcoming episode of my video series called Magic Words. I've been doing that series for 3 years now, where every week for the past 3 years, I share principles in the form of what I call magic words that, when applied consistently to our lives over time, can produce personal and professional growth. And since we're coming up on the time of year when people tend to resolve to make positive changes in their lives, this audio that I'm going to leave you with discusses the magic word resolution. It's my hope that by genuinely listening to this word and in your own way, applying what it suggests, it will leave you on a positive note. Until next time, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Jonas Kane. Stay positive.
So get this, there are 3 frogs sitting on a log. One day, one of the frogs decides to jump off the log and swim in the water. The question becomes, how many frogs are left on the log? Now, the obvious answer, of course, is 2, because if there's 3 and then one decides to jump off, that would leave 2. However, there are still 3 frogs in the log. How could this be? Well, you see, the frog that decided to swim in the water only decided to swim in the water, but never actually jumped into action. This New Year's, whether you're making a resolution or not, I have 4 questions for you. What do you want to do? What can you do? what must you do, and more importantly, what will you do? Until next time, my name is Jonas Kane. Stay positive.